Welcome to the deep dive. You're probably here because you're looking to get into C# coding, right?
Yeah, and unlock all sorts of possibilities. Things like business apps, websites, even games.
Exactly. And you want to get that knowledge quickly, efficiently, without getting bogged down.
Well, that's the plan. Today, we're jumping right into the very, very first steps, writing your first bit of C# code.
The classic hello world.
That's the one, the legendary Hello World.
And it sounds simple, maybe even a bit trivial, but I think we're going to find there's actually a lot packed into just outputting that message.
Oh, definitely. You learned some really fundamental things about C# and just programming in general this way.
And we'll touch on how there are different ways to do this later on, but today is about that first essential method.
Right. So our mission today basically is to get you comfortable writing and running that first line.
And understanding some of those initial syntax bits.
Yeah, get you those direct insights straight away, no fluff.
Okay, let's talk about hello world then. It's like this universal thing in programming, isn't it? This tradition.
It really is. It's kind of the standard first program you write when you're learning a new language or setting up a new environment.
Why that specific phrase, though? Why hello world?
Well, it's simple enough, but it proves a few things all at once.
Right.
Like it shows your compiler's working, your tools are set up right, and crucially, that you know how to make the computer actually output something,
Yeah.
which is pretty fundamental.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's get practical. Actually writing it. You said the line of code is console, write line, hello world.
Yes, the one. Console or write hello world.
And the advice is strongly to type this out yourself, manually, in the .NET editor.
Yes, definitely type it.
Why is that so important? Seems faster to just copy paste.
It does seem faster, but typing it builds muscle memory. It makes you look closer at every single character, the dot, the semicolon, the quotes.
Ah, so you actually absorb it better and maybe spot things you'd miss otherwise.
Exactly. You get a feel for the structure right away. Unexpected little insights pop up sometimes just from typing.
Okay, so where does this typing happen? You mentioned a .NET editor and an output console.
Right. So if you're using one of these online learning setups, you'll typically see the editor, like a text box area, probably on the right side of the screen.
And the output.
Usually right below that editor.
Yeah.
It's all often built into the web page, designed for this kind of learn-by-doing approach.
Convenient. So you've carefully typed console.write line, hello world. What's next? How do you make it run?
You look for the green Run button, usually pretty prominent.
Click that and
Magic happens. Well, okay, two things happen. First, it compiles the code.
compiles, meaning
It translates your C# code, which we can read, into instructions the computer processor actually understands. Machine language, essentially.
okay, translation step.
And second, then it runs that translated application and it executes the instructions.
And assuming no typos, no mistakes, what should pop up in that output console down below?
You should see, plain as day, hello world.
Just those two words.
Just those two words. And honestly, seeing that for the first time, it's a great feeling. Your first working C# program.
But, and there's always a but, especially when learning. What if you do make a mistake, a typo? Happens all the
Yeah.
time, right?
Oh, constantly. Precision is key in code. One wrong character and things can break.
Our source gives an example, right? What if you type console with a lowercase c?
Yeah, instead of the uppercase console, it seems like a tiny difference to us.
But not to the computer. What does it tell you?
You get an error message.
Yeah.
Something like OW101, error CS 0103. The name console does not exist in the current context.
Whoa, okay, that looks a bit technical.
It can be intimidating at first, for
Yeah.
sure. But let's break it down. The 11.1 is actually helpful.
How so?
It tells you where the problem is. Line 1, character 1. It points you right to the spot.
Okay, location is good, but the message itself, console does not exist. What's that really saying?
It's hammering home a really crucial point about C#. It's case sensitive.
Meaning uppercase and lowercase letters are treated completely differently.
Exactly. To C#, console and console are not the same thing at all. It's like the source used the analogy cat and dog. They're just different words to the compiler.
So it's basically saying, I don't know what this lowercase console thing is you're talking about.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It only recognizes console with the capital C in this context.
That's a really important detail. So errors happen, and the messages try to help, but sometimes they might be a bit cryptic.
They can be, yeah. The message tells you what the compiler saw that was wrong, but understanding why it's wrong often comes down to knowing the rules of C#, the syntax.
Which brings us nicely to syntax, because even that simple console write line hello world line starts to show us some C-sharp syntax elements.
Absolutely. It's like a mini lesson packed in there.
What are we seeing without getting too deep yet?
Well, you've got console, that's a class. Think of it like a blueprint or a category.
Okay.
Then WriteLine, the dot connects them, and WriteLine is a method. That's like an action the class can perform.
An action, okay, like write a line.
Exactly. And then hello world, in quotes, that's a string literal. It's the actual text data you want to work with. And the semicolon at the end.
Yeah.
That marks the end of the statement, like a period in English.
So, class, method, string, semicolon. Wow, okay. Even in one line.
See?
Yeah.
Lots going on. It sets the stage for learning more about each of those concepts later.
Now, earlier, you mentioned the source hinted at maybe two different approaches for outputting things. We've focused hard on console WriteLine. Is that the main one for now?
Yes, absolutely. For getting started, console. WriteLine is the fundamental way to get text onto the console. It's your go-to.
So the two approaches idea might be about other things later, like different console commands or formatting.
Exactly. The console class has other methods, ways to control output, format numbers, things like that. But for this first step, WriteLine is key. Don't worry about the others just yet.
Right. Focus on this one first. So you've done it, you've typed the code, maybe fixed an error, run it, seen hello world.
Right.
What's the big takeaway here?
The main thing is realizing that even this super simple exercise gives you real insight. Insight into how programming works, how C-sharp syntax looks and feels.
You see cause and effect, type this, get that output.
Right. And you learn that precision matters a lot. You get your first taste of classes, methods, these core building blocks.
And this is just step one, like the source emphasizes, building that foundation through practice, exploring more.
Exactly. It's about that continuous learning, consistent steps. Each little success, even fixing an error, builds that foundation stronger.
Okay, so as you, our listener, wrap up this first dive, here's something to maybe chew on.
Yeah.
What other simple words or phrases could you try putting inside those quotation marks in console.WriteLine? Try your name, maybe?
Good idea. Experiment. See what happens.
And also look at that command again. Console, then the dot, then WriteLine, then the parentheses with the text and the semicolon. Start wondering, what does each specific part do? Why is it structured that way?
Letting that curiosity guide you is really the best way to keep learning and exploring. It sparks the next step.